Luke chapter 14, verse 26, which reads, "If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple." What does this mean? I mean, this is radical, isn't it? Because on the one hand, we're called to love the Lord our God and love our neighbor, which includes our family members. So God tells us to love them. But here, we're being told to hate our family members. So what's going on here?
Yeah, it's and we're even told to love our enemies. So it's context is everything. When I thought about this morning, I thought of a story, and I'll just really quickly tell you the story. So it's the year 155 AD. There's a man called Polycarp, sorry, and he's in the arena of a Roman town called Izmir, Turkey. You can go there today, or Smyrna in the Bible, and he's tied to a wooden stake, and the Roman official comes in and says, for goodness sake, just swear by the fortune of Caesar or something like that. Just say Caesar be praised, or offer a sacrifice to Caesar. And Polycarp replies with these really famous words. He says, I have served the Lord for 86 years, and he has never done me any wrong. How can I deny my Lord who saved me? And I think that's a story of martyrdom, but that is kind of what this passage is really talking about. It's what we call the exclusivity, that real radical exclusivity of Jesus, and that early Christians, they had to face that. Christians today have to face that still. They have to make a choice. Like, are you going to base your life on Jesus alone? Or are you going to kind of give in and add in whatever it is that your family wants you to add in, or society wants you to add in, and mix in with Jesus Christ? So it's kind of a radical thing. And, that one of the things that Roman officials said to Polycarp is, like, think of your old age. You're an old man. Nobody wants to put you to death. Think of your own life. And he goes, no, I want to stay faithful to Jesus.
Wow. I think it's easier to interpret this as, let's say, a family member like your mum or dad, they're not Christians, and they're like, why are you going off to that church with all those crazy people? Are you sure it's not a cult? And then they're sort of, discouraging you from perhaps going on that missions trip because they think you should go to university, or for quitting your job to follow the call of God, but they think you should be earning reasonable money. Like, I can kind of understand not listening to your parents, but this word hate, I mean, what word is used in the text, and does it actually mean like despise, or does it mean disregard? Like, are we is there some language we should be paying attention to here?
Yeah, no, it says hate, and this is what Jesus is doing is really, Jesus loved making quite strong, sort of shocking statements to get his point across. And this is the whole point. It's like, in comparison to me, it's going to kind of almost feel like hatred. You're exactly right. He's not commanding us to hate anyone. God tells us to love our enemies, doesn't he?
He does.
And certainly tells us to love our children and our families and our mothers and our fathers and all that kind of thing. But as you say, it's kind of how it's going to look like. It's a really exclusive relationship, such that nobody comes in there. Nobody comes as close as that relationship that you have with the Lord Jesus Christ. And that is the sort of it's shocking in and of itself. And as you say, a lot of people won't like that. They will be offended by that. But Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except by me.
Yeah, and that's gospel. That's the gospel right there. I guess the conundrum that we have is that on the one hand, Christianity and following Jesus is radically exclusive in this regard. Like, you seek the Lord, you obey him, and you leave everything else behind, even if that means leaving your children behind. And as a mum, I would find that quite hard to fathom, like leaving my kids forever. I can leave them for a holiday, but like leaving them forever, that's a big challenge. But then on the other hand, Christianity is radically inclusive too. Like, everyone is invited to the table, right? Forget the kings and the high officials. Let's go out into the streets and invite the beggars, the cripples, the maimed. Like, that's what the gospel is all about. I mean, how do we balance this paradox in the word of it being radically exclusive on the one hand, but also radically inclusive too.
Yeah. So that is so here we have to really understand Jesus is not saying go out and hate people. He is actually saying go out and love people, love the least, love the lost, love that person who is the least like you, love that person who worships a different God, who follows another religion, who even maybe follows a religion that actually wants to kill you and hate you, and that kind of thing. And so yeah, that is the whole paradox of the of the Christian faith, is that everyone is invited, you might say, and that's why the Bible uses that kind of metaphor of the door, doesn't it? Everyone is invited, but there's few that enter in. Yeah.
And those few are the ones that figure out where their priorities are right up until the end, right? Like
Yes.
the man that you mentioned in that story, Polycarp. I mean, being 86 years old and strung up, and he was martyred for his faith in old age. What an incredible story. But thank you so much for sharing some thoughts this Theological Thursday. It always is a challenge. Geoff Macpherson from Grace Theological College. And Geoff, are you taking enrollments at the moment for any papers?
Oh, you can sneak in this week. This is the third week. We will accept enrollments this week. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, if you
that sounded pretty like a bit grudging, but no, you're welcome.
Exclusive, radically exclusive. But if you would like to pursue some theological training, you can check out the website at gtc.ac.nz. Thank you so much, Geoff, for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
Amazing. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss the next video.
We'll see you in the next one.